Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is your favorite sexonomics coach and author, Fatima, and today we are discussing managing your resources using a bank. Now, if you don't know already, I run a business. I work for the government. Not this traditional one, because clearly they don't know how to govern the resources fairly and equally. All they know is greed. But at the same token, you can learn a lot from them when it comes to managing the IRS money and resources. The ones that have these huge businesses and budgets are the ones who clearly know how to manage their money. If they didn't, there would be more bankruptcies and 2008 bailouts. The divine goal of mankind is the extension of the culture of heaven on earth. So before you can grow in resources, you have to first manage the ones that you were already given. The ones that were already given to you. Like even God was held up at the beginning when forming the earth because he had no one to manage the land. So if God won't allow growth until there was someone to manage it, you can see how important the task of management is, right? And why you haven't seen growth, because you most likely haven't figured out how to manage yourself and your eyes, because everybody wants to buy everything. But no worries, I'm going to teach you today how to be a economist, not so you can do what I do, or as sexonomists in me would say, take my position, but so you can understand how to effectively manage your resources and pass down this information to your offspring or seeds. Now, to economize means to get the maximum out of the minimum. One of the reasons why the average person is not an economist, because they don't know the value that they have already. It's true. For those of you who don't know, this economy we live in is based off of the value it provides to other people and to us, because we buy everything. So what am I saying? Basically, if you're not giving, keyword giving value, then you'll never receive the value and resources that you seek. Notice the two words I used, give and receive. I can only give you what you're worth, not what you're asking for. Because price is only an issue in the absence of value. Why? Because you have yet to show me your true value. Why? Because you most likely don't know what it is. Why? Because you haven't taken the time to assess and adjust what you value. First, you got to ask. Take assessment. Evaluate, calculate your ability or value to meet the demand. See if it's meant to be. What do I mean by adjust? Adjust is alter or move slightly in order to achieve the desired result. So some of you value your time. You can't stand for somebody to be late. Just can't stand it. Some of us value our house. Can't wait to get home and, show it off. Some of us value our children. Can't wait to give and get love and affection from them. Some of us value our jobs. Can't wait to think, learn, or even do something. Again, everything you value, you give to in hopes of receiving something back. This is why and where the banks come in. A lot of us value our relationships with the bank. And that's why we put so much into having them, but only to receive no return on investment. This is why management of time, energy, and money, resources, is so important. Speaking of management, let's just define that real quick. Management definition, according to the late and great Dr. Miles Monroe: the effective, efficient, and correct, timely use of another person's property and resources for the purpose of which they were delegated, with a view to producing the expected added value to the person. Let's break it down though. Effective, I can do it. Efficient, I can do it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Correct, in the right manner and order. Timely, in a record speed, not to waste any time. Translation, you want it, I got it, come get it. Now, for the purpose, the reason for being. Delegated, given with instructions to perform a task. With a view, vision of my intention or expectation. Produce, bring forth something of substance. Expected, the result your action should give. Value, the measure of increase in worth or knowledge. Person, individual or corporation. Translation, pay me in equity or equality. If not, then run me my bread. Straight like that. But if you stay here, your life is going to be as miserable as it has been. Can you imagine a life like that? Like, can you imagine never ever making more than $40,000 a year for the rest of your life? Can you imagine taking no more than 3 vacations in a year? This is all from you staying there. Like, can you imagine living life always being on a budget? Now, let's imagine the opposite. Can you imagine not having to ask for time off? Can you imagine only waking up when you want to, not when the alarm goes off? Can you imagine, hear me out now, taking a month-long vacation and not worrying about bills or business? That's the results you get from managing all that God's given and provided for you to have. You know, managing your resources or seed money now will make it that much easier when you have an overflow of hundreds and thousands and millions working for you. Yeah, of course, for more options on how to get financially lit and live this abundant life and start to compound your interest using the magic stick. Or if you like a physical copy of the How Money Works book, here, hit me in my DMs with the word brainstorm. Yes, brainstorm. Brainstorm. Why brainstorm? Because after reading this good old book, you'll become so money hungry, it's going to cause you to have a brainstorm. You're just going to be thinking. And what happens when it starts to storm? We all get wet. You feel me? Now, if this has sparked some light bulbs of interest for you, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel below. I look forward to helping you start to see your money as the sexy tool that it is. Remember, there are plenty more gems like what you got today on my social media page at Miss, that's MS period, Mindset Stay Wet, wet spelled W-H-E-T. I give lots of game and quick tips on how and why to compound your interest. And of course, get the biggest bang for your buck, because that's what we do over here, right? I'm your Sexonomics coach and author, Ratima, and as usual, I hope this information got your mindset wet enough to come back for more. Until next time, I wish you nothing but peace and profits. Bye.